two.
There we go, take two. All right, welcome to another episode of Planeta Patineta. So excited to introduce everyone to such a bright soul, such a beautiful person, inside and out, such a good friend, the beautiful, the extraordinary Jen Gamillo. Woo!
Hello.
All right, tell us.
It's an honor to be here.
Thanks for coming. We were talking about your name.
Yes.
I pronounced it right. Did I? Gamillo?
Yes.
Okay, do you get people mispronouncing it?
All the time. Okay, mostly people who don't know how to say my name, they're just like Gamillo, which like I grew up with that like my whole life, and until when I was in high school, I was like, actually, I'm gonna like starting to correct people because I hated it. And then, like I said before, I had a teacher of mine in high school, 9th grade. She like pronounced it Guillermo, and I thought she was joking at first, but she was like so dead serious. And then I was like, okay, well now I'm gonna really start correcting people because it's not a hard last name. There is harder last names out there, but it's Gamillo. Come on, guys.
You're gonna tell everybody. Everybody will know now.
Everyone, take notes.
Everybody should know.
Take notes.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, thanks for coming. I guess I want to start off by talking about your growing up experience, or like you're growing up living in Wisconsin. Milwaukee? Okay, cool. Because you're one of the few friends that I know from Wisconsin. Like, other than you, it's like Karina. I think that's pretty much it as far as people that I know from Wisconsin. So how was it growing up in Wisconsin? I know you and I share a similar background where, like, your parents are Mexican and you grew up speaking English and Spanish. So, like, how was that environment in Wisconsin, if you want to touch up on it? Because, like, my experience living in Chicago and La Vita, like, was hella Mexican, but I have no idea like how it must have been for you growing up there, and like how you started getting into skating.
Yeah, I mean, like where I grew up, it was kind of like that. I like grew up, I guess, like on the west side, almost south side. South side is where like all the Latinos are at. That's where my grandma lives, so I would spend a lot of time over there. But where I grew up was like kind of like the west side ish, like on the border of literally Southside, West Dallas or whatever. And so like that area had like a bunch of like Latinos and like people of color living there, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. But like now if you go back, there's a lot of white people over there. But there's a lot of white people over there now, which surprises me. But like when I grew up, it was always just like Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, like all those types of people there, so it was fine. I didn't have a lot of issues, nothing crazy. But when I started going to like middle school and stuff, I started noticing that like a lot of the schools that I went to were considered like alternative schools. So I still grew up with a bunch of like Latinos and stuff. So I never really had issues with like racism or anything like that because I didn't go to school with like white people. So I think I have a different experience than like other people, which I'm so thankful about because like I learned so much from like my friends in high school about like our culture and stuff, and like I didn't really have any issues like that. But when I moved out and moved into like this area called West Dallas, it's like predominantly like a bunch of white people. That's when I started getting issues because my neighbors were like very racist. Like and so because the apartment that I lived in, my aunt lived there before me, and so she's like they would always like tell her to like back to Mexico and stuff like that. They were just like those kinds of white people, so they were nasty. But like I didn't have issues until I started living there, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Wisconsin's fine. I love it. I love Milwaukee. I think I loved it more since I moved here because I didn't appreciate it a lot when I was over there, because I don't know, coming here is so much different than like living in Milwaukee. It's like a completely different environment and stuff, so I miss it a lot. I'm homesick all the time, but I think I'm just used to like the slowness of it all and like the quietness and the nature and stuff, and that's just what I miss the most. And like all the skate parks that are over there, I miss those even more. Like
I literally have nice parks.
I literally only go to Milwaukee just to skate Cream City. Like that's only why I go there, and see my mom, of course. But that's like one of the only reasons. Like I have a much better time skating in Milwaukee than I do here. I'm sorry. It's just like okay. It's like I don't know. I started skating there, and so I'm just used to it. And then when I come here, I'm like scared because I don't know anybody, and like it's just
you've made a community out there. You're like cool. So before we get into your skate story, I did want to ask you about like your interest in the hardcore scene.
Oh my god!
Are you in a band? Like, yeah, how did you start getting interested in music? Do you got like, what sort of genre of music do you like? Because I know there's a big difference between like hardcore crowds, like punk shows.
Yeah.
So, like, tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, we can go back then. We can go way back because I started liking that music since I kid you not, I was like probably like 7 years old because my sister was really into like Paramore and like Linkin Park and like all those kinds of bands and stuff. And so like I would steal her music and I would listen to it and I would like just listen to it on my own time. And because when I was a little kid I was listening to like Justin Bieber and stuff, and so I was like, no, actually I want to be more like my sister in her music taste, because I was like, wow, your music is so good. So I know I say it wrong, but I'm used to saying it like this. But a band that I got into when I was really young is called Alisana. I think they're like,
heard of them, yeah.
I think it's actually pronounced Alisana, but you will never catch me saying that. You're gonna hear me say Alisana because that's how I grew up listening to saying it.
Yeah.
But so I started listening to that band, and like then it just kind of like grew from there. Like I started listening to like Paramore, Evanescence, Flyleaf because of my sister. And then when I was in middle school, I started listening to like Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, Black Veil Bride, just like all those bands. And I was kind of like the only person that was listening to that music in my high school. And then I met my best friend, Megan, and we found out that we listened to the same music. Like she was like, oh, my favorite band is Pierce the Veil. And I was like, no shit, mine too. And so we bonded with that. We started going to shows together, and we went to our first Warped Tour together, which was my first concert ever. Warped Tour 2012. The first band that we saw there was Like Moss to Flames, which is low-key still kind of good. Their old stuff is good. I haven't listened to their new stuff, but old stuff is still pretty good. But that was kind of just how it started from there. And then we started going to like Warped Tour every year until like it stopped. And then we started going to other shows. But what really got me into like the local stuff was my ex-boyfriend. He was playing in a bunch of bands and stuff, and like then I started getting interested in it, and that's just how it went. Like I started going to shows too, listening to the music on my own, and then yeah.
So was the music scene, like the hardcore punk culture, kind of like a segue for you into skateboarding, or how did skateboarding kind of merge into your interest?
Well, I started, my skateboarding timeline goes back to when I was like 10 years old, but when I really started getting into skateboarding was when I was in high school. Like, yeah, my ex skated, and like he taught me how to do a couple things, but then when I started going like my junior year, I met sophomore year, sorry, whatever, it doesn't matter. In high school, I had these two friends that skated a lot. Shout out to Edgar and Antonio. They skated a lot, and I was like telling them, oh, like I have a board, like whatever. It was some shitty board from Zoomies. And then they were like, okay, let's go skate and stuff. And so they taught me how to do a lot of like flat work stuff. They taught me how to like drop in and stuff. They really like paved the way for me. And so like really shout out to them, because they was the ones who like took the time to like actually like show me what's up, talk to me about like skate brands. They took me out to the skate parks. They showed me where everything was. So like I basically owe it all to them. But so that's how I started skateboarding ish in like 2017, whatever. And then I stopped. And then when me and my ex broke up, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take something for my own, and I'm gonna start skating like for me. So that's when I started skating in 2019 so consistently until now. That's how my skating started. But I found it on my own. The hardcore scene didn't really like, nobody in the hardcore scene that I knew was really skating other than like my ex and his friends and stuff. So I'm like so proud to say that like skateboarding was something that I kind of like took on upon myself with the help of like friends and stuff. But that's why like skateboarding is so special to me, because it was something that like I started doing for myself, started doing by myself, like just it basically like pulled me out of like that sadness that I was in when like we went through that breakup. So like that's why I love skateboarding so much, because I found something that like made me happy. So that's why.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So Thanks for sharing that story.
Of course.
Yeah, it sounds like you had really good friends that had just the patience to show you around, like skate etiquette, which like very rarely do you find those people, and when you do, you're like so grateful for them.
And like you. I owe it all to like my friends that I started skating with during the pandemic too. Like that's when I really started like doing it every day, because my breakup was in like 2019, and then the pandemic happened shortly after. Like I was not very good when I first started skating, but the pandemic was kind of an excuse for me to like just do something on my own and to keep myself occupied. But like I said, the people that I met during like that time, like Simon and like all of our friends, like Sadette, shout out to Simon and Sadette, and like even Jazz, like I met all of them through like skating in the pandemic. And so they were the ones that also like showed me how to fucking skateboard, especially Simon. Like Simon was really the one that taught me half of the things I know, so shout out to Simon. I love you.
We love Simon.
I love you, Simon.
So tell us about like your early visits to Chicago and like getting an introductory of like the Chicago skate scene, and then also like how different is the Chicago skate scene versus like the Milwaukee skate scene, because I don't know too many people from Milwaukee, but like in your lens, like how is it different or similar?
Well, I started, like, I think I started coming out here and, like, skating when I was getting, like, my tattoos and stuff. And so, like, I had a handful of friends that, like, were skating over here. And I remember the first time that I actually came out here was for, like, a Fro Skate meetup. That was, like, in 2021? I don't know, somewhere around that time. It was, like, one of the first meetups that I went to. And, I thought it was fun. I liked it. That's like kind of what got me into it too. And then I came here another time just to meet up with a friend of mine that was living here, and we went to Clemente, and there was like a bunch of other like girl skaters that were skating there. I think I met Lexi too that day. And there was just a bunch of girls skating there, and I was like, damn, this is sick. Like, there's actually, like, girls out here skating and stuff, and, like, I just thought that was so cool. And then I took that, like, energy and thought back home with me, and it's not, I mean, like, the skate scene is kind of different, I would say, to me. I don't know too much about, like, the skate scene here in Chicago versus, like, in Milwaukee and stuff, but from what I see, it's a little bit, I don't know, I'm a little stuck on that one.
You don't have to answer, it's fine. You can just think about it. Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to my trips out here. Like, the only reasons that I would come out here was just skate with like the homies and stuff, so I didn't get to explore too much. But yeah, I don't know, I'm a little shy right now.
No, it's okay. So then what prompted your move? Like, ultimately, why did you decide to move out here? Like, we love you here, and thank you for moving out here. We love your energy, but, like, what made you decide, like, you know what? Like, I need a change of scenery.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the time before I moved, I was, like, so sick of Milwaukee. Like, I had so much drama going on back home that I was like, I need to get out. I need to do something new. And then, like Juan was like the reason, like that was like my foot in the door. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go live with him, and I'm gonna like be really happy over here, and I'm gonna skateboard and stuff. So that's kind of why I came over here, was like to feel out a new state, because I haven't lived anywhere other than Milwaukee my whole life. And so like moving here was like super scary, and like I don't know, I just needed to change. Like, I was in Milwaukee all the time, the drama was happening, I was uncomfortable with all the people that was there. It just started to feel like unwelcome. And so I was like, I'm gonna try something new. And so I just came here, and I moved in with my boyfriend and started skateboarding. Yeah, I just started skateboarding here, but that's basically it. Like, clean slate, fresh start, something
change
new.
Is good.
Yeah,
it's growth.
Change is good. Change is good.
So did you start Clementine skate when you moved to Chicago, or
no? Clementine started in Milwaukee. I started it with Jazz, who is like a very good friend of mine. We started Clementine together, and because we saw that we could do it, first of all, we were like, we can do this too, because we both went to the skate park Four Seasons was having like queer and femme night, and we weren't the biggest fan of Four Seasons. Like, all loved Four Seasons, but we preferred Cream City. Like we were like, oh, I wish like we can do this at Cream City, like because like that's where we grew up, not grew up skating, but that's where we like skated all the time. We were there all the time, and we were like, we can, yeah, that was our spot, and we were like, okay, we can do this too. And so we just started out by having like just like girl skate nights at Cream City, and so it was a huge hit. Like we were like, damn, like people actually came. Like we've never seen this many like femme and queer skaters in our lives. We were just so stoked about it. And then we were like, we did it a couple more times. I think we did it like 3 more times, and then like by like the 4th time we were like, we should put a name on it. Like we should like come up with a name. And so we were trying to figure out like what to call ourselves, and we were just sitting there like going through all these dumb names. Like
what are
I don't even remember, honestly. I don't. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, but we liked the sound of like Clementine skate. Oh, I remember. I remember the story. I remember the story of. So every time that we would go to Cream City, we would take Clementine, like the Clementine bags of snacks.
Good snacks.
And we would literally give them to everybody that was there. We'd be like, you want one? You want one? And we would eat them ourselves. And then that's when we were like, okay, actually, let's call ourselves Clementine Skate, because we would always bring those little oranges to skate with us. So that is why Clementine Skate is the name it is, because we just were like sharing our like, I don't know, it was like a way to like bring our friends together. Like we would just give each other little oranges and be like, here you go.
Is that a staple snack now at every Clementine skate sesh?
Bro, no, low key, no.
Should be a thing.
I know. I think like the last one that we had, we were like, damn, we forgot to get a bowl. But we did bring a couple, like a bag or two to like a previous ones, and those were gone quick. So like I think like the next one, if we have one, we're gonna bring Clementines.
Yes.
We didn't bring one at like the pop-up, but like I don't know, it was a while, but we did bring a bag, and those were gone quick. So I'm like, we should just start doing that.
Yes.
Our like first sticker, shout out to Tavi, was like a little Clementine thing. So yes, that is why Clementine was born, or the name was born. But like I said, we were just like, we wanted to have that same energy at a place that we love so much, and so we decided to just bring it to Cream City, and then it just grew from there. I truly did not think that we would like get this far, like doing the SIC stuff. I did not think that was like even in the possibility like ever. But I think like I just took inspiration from like a lot of other skate groups that were out there, because I know Milwaukee had another one at the time, and we were like, okay, because they were like more for roller skating though. And we wanted to do one that was like all wheels but mostly skateboarding, because that was what we knew. I don't know how to roller skate, but we wanted to focus on something that was more skateboarding, and so that's why we kind of started Clementine. So yeah. So
what were some of like the goals or missions for the collective? And then if you want to talk a little bit about how it is that you got involved with Skate Like a Girl and like that experience.
Yeah, I mean, when we started it, like the thing that we wanted to do the most was really just get everybody together and like skate together and stuff, like because like going to Cream City on a regular day in the winter is so scary. There are people.
I've never been to Cream City. So.
It's so we have to go.
Yeah,
we have to go. But skating there on like a winter day is so scary. Not like, it's just so busy and everyone skates so hard and is so good, and it's just like so hard to not feel so small there.
It's like Grant, but like an indoor Grant.
Yes, okay, an indoor energy. Grant where everybody's just skating on 10, like demo style, because everyone is just so good. It's the amount of good skaters that are in Milwaukee is insane. Like it's crazy, but they all bring their energy over there. And so like I said, it's so hard to like not feel like small when you're there. And so we kind of just wanted to like make sure that our girlies like have their time to shine and stuff. And so that's why we started it. We were like, okay, we want to be able to be in a place where we're not scared, uncomfortable, like we just wanted to feel safe. And so we felt safe at Cream City, so I was like, we should just make everybody else feel safe. Like if they want to learn to skate, let's bring them here. Let's designate like a day and a night just for them and stuff. And so basically our mission statement is to provide like a safe and like welcoming area for people who like want to learn how to skate, want to learn more about it, or just like anything like that, we want to make Cream City or anywhere that we go for them. And so that's why we do it. That's like basically our mission statement. And like we want to like I think most of our past meetups, I had a whole bunch of extra boards because I was like a board hoarder when I first started skating. And so I was like, now we're just going to give these away. So at every meeting, if I remember, I bring like a huge stack of like just old gear, barely touched boards, and I just like leave them there. And I'm like, people just grab whatever you want, take whatever you want. I don't care. Just like if you need it, take it. If you don't need it and you want it, take it. I don't care.
I love that. I've seen more of that at Laramie. Like people just leave boards, take pictures, post it on Instagram, and be like free boards. And like, people are so stoked to get a new fresh deck.
it's sick. And like we've had a lot of help too from like Sky High and like even Cream City and Phase 2. They like really give us, they helped when we started, and they still do. They gave us like a bunch of like boards and stuff, like fresh boards, sometimes even completes, shirts, like accessories, like all that stuff to give away at our meetup. So we were able to just give people new stuff if they needed it, or if they just wanted it, they could definitely have it. So we just want to be able to provide too, because I know like skateboarding is expensive. Like it's not cheap to get a whole setup. Like that thing can run you like up to like $300 if you want it to be
customize it and everything.
But so we just wanted to be able to give that stuff to people who can't afford it usually, and just give it to them. Like that's what I want, because I know like we mostly see like white people in the scene. Like they're the only ones that we see out there. It's rare, well, not rare nowadays, but it used to be so rare to like see people of color really skating, especially if they're like women or queer. And so we wanted to encourage them by giving them stuff to like get them started and stuff, because it's expensive. Like I said, it's expensive. So that's why we do it. I just want it to be accessible. Like it shouldn't be so hard to start skateboarding, and so that's what I wanted to do.
Cool. So share a little bit about Skate Like a Girl and your involvement with them.
Okay, yeah. So it's so funny because I really love Skate Like a Girl. Like I still do, but I love Skate Like a Girl. And so they posted that their SIC thing was open, and I was reading the instructions, and I was like, oh damn, we could do this. Like why not? And so I applied for like for shits and giggles. Like I really did not think that we were gonna get accepted. But so I went ahead and I filled out the application. I was like, hey, Jazz, I did this thing. And they were like, okay. I was like, we'll see if we get in.
Yeah.
And so we actually did end up getting in. And I was like, okay, now what? Like, it was kind of scary, but exciting at the same time. But, yeah, I applied and we got in. And we, like, went through, like, this whole interview process. I don't remember how many other, like, applicants there were. I think there was a handful, because we had to do, like, an interview, like a group interview, talking about like what we do and our mission statement was. And I was so scared. I had to do it by myself the first round, so it was like even more intense, because I was like, damn, like it's all depending on me. So yeah, we actually ended up getting the position or the spot, and they were so nice to us. They're great. They really helped us out, and they took us to they flew us out to Portland, and they basically ran down like the whole program and what is expected of us, like what like advice, like what we can do to like make ourselves grow and stuff. And like that was really fun. I've never been to Portland before, or was it Portland?
I think Portland.
Yeah, it was Portland. And it was really cool. I love it there. It was sick. But they're really awesome people. They're really informative. They know what they're doing. They really do care about like what they do. Like like they don't joke about it. Like they're serious. They really want to see the youth skate, which is sick, because that's what I want to see too. Like I want to see people, like it's so sick to see youngins, whatever how you say it, skateboarding, especially if they're like little girls. So it's just exciting for me that they're also just like really passionate about it, and so that makes me passionate about it. And so it just worked out, and it was really fun.
I think that Ash and Kim do a really good job at like instilling confidence in us. Yeah. You know, like making us feel special.
Yeah, because I swear, the whole time me and Jazz were there, like we had like imposter syndrome. Like I would tell Jazz, like message Jazz all the time, being like I don't feel like we deserve, like there are so many other people like doing things better. Like that's kind of where I started getting insecure. Like I was telling Jazz, I was like, dude, there's so many people doing like better stuff than we are and whatever, but they were like, no, you're doing the damn thing. Like, you're doing it in your town, you're like uplifting up all these people. And so like they when we were over there, it kind of like switched my way of thinking, and I started thinking, okay, no, we do deserve to be here, like we put in the work and stuff. But I did have a lot of like imposter syndrome moments, because I was like, damn, I really don't like deserve all the stuff that they're doing for us, but like whatever, it matters. Like you whatever you're doing matters, because you're trying to change the community. Like, you're trying to set up, you're paving the way for the youth.
And you come at it with a good heart. You know?
It's like,
and it shows.
We weren't trying to like, we're not doing it just for like, I don't know, like clout or whatever. Like, we're doing it because I really want to see people skate. Like, it makes me so happy and excited and stuff. But they really did help us like change the perspective and change my mind. So like, shout out to them.
Shout out to Skate Like a Girl.
And shout out to Seema too. She was great. But
nice. Cool. Sorry, I'm like transitioning really fast now. Tell me about these Sunny Angels. What are these? Where are they from? I have no idea what this is about, but I just know that you post a lot about them.
They're my little babies.
How many do you have of them?
I surprisingly don't have that many compared to my girl Megan, but
what? So for folks that don't know, what are Sunny Angels? Is that like the brand?
Yeah, that's the brand name. And like, I'm gonna pull up a picture, because I'm just gonna pull up a picture that I have saved on my phone, because I want this one.
Son monitos, ¿verdad? Like,
they're like little they're like little, they're like collector items. They're like little art pieces. Okay. Because
they're arts.
They're arts. They're special. But I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a picture of it. But that's a cute one. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my so this is one of them that I got. There's a duck.
Aww.
Can the camera see? I don't know if you can see. It's a duck. It's really cute. But
so you're a collector. You're collector.
Now I am. I started buying them in like 2019, because a friend of mine, he took me to Rotofugi for the first time when I came to visit him and stuff. And so I saw it. They had these little cupids. Yeah, and I love angels. I love cupies, angels. I just love all that stuff. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna grab one. And my first one was a little skunk. But that's when I started collecting them, and like, I truly did not think that they were going to be as popular as they are now, because I used to work at a toy store, and I was telling like the toy store owner, I was like, yo, you should get these, like, they're going to blow up soon, like, they're super cute. And she was always just like, nah. And I'm like, now look, everybody wants them.
What's really special about them?
They're just like, so cute. Like, they have like little wings on the back, and they're different animals.
Oh, okay, so they're all different.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different series for them, like flowers, candy.
Do they have names?
No, they're just
okay. Do you give them names?
No. I'm just like, this is my monkey. This is my monkey, Sunny Angel. But they're so cute. I love them. They're like, on the packaging it says like, he may bring you happiness, and it's true. He brought me happiness, and I have so many of them, and I'm gonna keep buying them.
So then, if we ever gift you something, or if anybody ever gives you something, they should get you Sunny Angels.
I would love that. Okay. I would love that.
Okay,
it'd be super cute. Yeah, Sunny Angels or anything from Rotofugi. Honestly, that is the spot. That is the spot.
So we're down to like our last couple minutes. I like to close out the interview with like a few questions that you only answer with one word responses. But before we get to that, I wanted to ask, like, what's next for you for the remaining of the year? What's next for Clementine Skate, or like any personal goals that you want to manifest now in the podcast episode?
Let's see. I unfortunately do, not unfortunately, but I do want to go back home just to like figure out what I want to do with myself. But as far as Clementine, I really want to keep it going. We kind of been on like a hiatus because Jazz is so busy with their band Bug Moment. Check them out on Spotify. They're really good. Thank you. They're really busy with their band, and so like, and I'm busy here just like working and navigating my life and stuff. So we really haven't had the time to like figure out what our next move is. We have some ideas, but we haven't really like gone to like sit down and talk about it. But like, I do want to do more meetups. Like, our meetups do they do better in the wintertime, of course, because like everybody wants to skate it indoor. So that's like the time that we like to focus our meetup like schedule is like during like the fall and winter season, because you know it's just easier that way. It's easier to get some people at an indoor than it is an outdoor. And so I have to talk to Cream City and see if we can start setting those up, but hopefully they will be coming up shortly. And then I thought about bringing it to Chicago for like the remainder that I'm here, but like it seems so weird not to do it with the person that like I started it with. So maybe I could bring like a meetup or two out here. I'm just scared because like we're like not known over here. Not known.
We know you. I know you.
That's true.
All of us know you. All true. Our little group knows you.
That's true.
We got your back. We got you.
It's just that anxiety, you know, like you don't know if it's gonna like go well or not because there are so many groups already here. So it's like you know, I don't want to step on any toes or do anything crazy like that. But I do want to start it up again. Like we got our tote bags in.
Oh, cute. Do you want to show everybody? I haven't seen them.
I have one for you, by the way.
So cute.
This is Anna's bag, but we just got these in like not that long ago. They're super cute. They were printed and designed in Minneapolis by the homie Ethan.
That's pretty beautiful.
Cute. Yes.
I love it.
Check out Ethan. He's very great. Thank you. But we have those. I'm trying to get more stickers. I have a bunch of like sticker designs that I haven't used yet, but like that's why we're like kind of slowing down because we're trying to figure out like where we're standing, if it's like what's going on and stuff. But I do want to pick up the pace again. I have so many ideas, but we'll see what's up.
Yeah, whatever you decide to do, like I support you, and you know I'm excited for everything else that you have planned for yourself for the year and for Clementine Skate, and just like to see you grow, you know. Okay, we're down to the last question. So again, 1-word responses.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Favorite skate park in Chicago?
Favorite skate park in Chicago? LV2.
Yes.
Yep. I'm sorry. That's just superior. You have like everything there.
Yeah, we really do.
I love it there. That one, sorry, 1-word response. LV2.
Okay. What about favorite skate park in Wisconsin?
Indoor, outdoor.
Whatever you want to give us.
Cream City.
Cream City? Loyal to Cream City?
Cream City skate park.
Cool. Skate snack or skate, like after skate sesh food?
Honestly,
like what do you really crave?
Like French fries. Like French fries from anywhere. But like I just love eating after I skate. So I'm gonna just stick it at that.
BK?
French fries. Impasi Wapi. There you go.
Yeah. All right. So other than skating, what makes you truly alive and happy?
Oh.
That could be like a 2-word response or 3. It's fine.
Music. Shows.
Okay.
Like live show. Like live music. Yeah. That's really.
Tickets to a concert. Yeah. Truly happy.
Yes.
If somebody gives you that. Okay. Now we know. All right. So do you want to give out any shout outs to anyone in particular?
I have a lot of people I would like to shout out.
You got a list? Did you bring a list?
Let me pull up my little scroll here. Definitely shout out to Cream City. We love you, Bill. You're literally he like provided us with like so much. He gave us the space. So like biggest shout out to Bill and Cream City ever. They just redid the park. So if you're around, please go check it out. It is so worth it. It's worth the hype. If it's like a 2-hour drive, that 2-hour drive will be worth it. Shout out to Aaron at Sky High and everybody at Sky High. Shout out to Jacob at Sky High as well. And shout out to my homies. There's so many to list, but if you love me and I love you, then shout out to you. Like shout out to you, my beautiful Janet, Anna. I love you. I could literally go on for hours, but really just shout out to Cream City, my friends, and Sky High, like, and Skate Like a Girl. For really uplifting us and putting our name out there, because thank you, like really just thank you. Oh, and shout out to Jazz, bro. Clementine Skate forever.
Yeah. All right, so we started this interview with a hug. Should we hug again to close it off?
Yes.